What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Midnight Channel. And today I have a review for you regarding the Life is Strange 2 episode 4. So this is kind of a long way from what we've been so far as far as the games and everything. And what I do pretty much every single episode, I talk about my feelings about it and everything like that. Being that this is the fourth episode, I will be talking about some spoilers. So if you haven't played it already, then definitely don't watch this. Now I do want to let you know, if you're interested, my overall grading so far has been a 9 out of 10. I think I'm gonna actually go to a 8.5 out of 10. I think it's still pretty good, but there are some things that as the story progresses I have seen kind of just some things that I wish that I had done a little bit better on that aspect and everything. Some of the choices of the things that I've done so far have felt almost inconsequential to the story and everything like that. And I don't actually appreciate that, seeing the way the Life is Strange, the original, played out to this one. So 8.5 out of 10, still a really good game, and if you have a chance, play it out. But I'm gonna go ahead and talk about spoilers now, so if you haven't played it so far, you definitely should skip out from here on. So the Life is Strange 4 picks out right after the Life is Strange episode 3. At the end of it, there was a large explosion that happened out of Daniel's superpowers, and Sean, our main protagonist, lost an eye and he was sent to the hospital. So we wake up with Sean in the hospital. He's been there for a couple of weeks, I believe, at this point, and he doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't remember what happened. He doesn't know what Daniel is and everything like that. You meet new characters that have obviously played out an important role at this point. You meet one of the coolest guys here, who is a doctor. He kind of the person that's helping out regarding your loss of your eye. He has a lot of moral support, and he's a really cool person, and depending on your actions with him and everything, he can even help you out later on. So I really did appreciate that a lot. Would you meet a police officer who is handling the case of Sean and Daniel regarding everything that happened at the beginning and everything. I actually didn't know this, but the police do think that Sean is the person that killed a police officer. That's what happens at the beginning of the story and everything like that. So I didn't know that that's what they were looking for them. I thought they were just looking for them to question them, but I didn't think that they actually thought that Sean was the person that killed a police officer. So I thought that was I thought that it makes sense based on the way that the accident happened. You see the entire car flipped and everything, so I don't know why they will just assume that Sean just went and killed the police officer and flipped a car. I don't know. I don't exactly know why they will just assume that, that's the assumption. It's kind of weird, but we'll go with it for now. They're obviously trying to find out what's going on with Sean and Daniel and everything like that. Sean then escapes the hospital. You have different ways to approach that escape of the hospital. You can escape the hospital by hitting a police officer. You can escape by help of the doctor that I mentioned earlier, or you can escape by actually just sneaking around. I had a really good relationship with Joey, the doctor, so I combined him to help me by hitting him on the head and knocking him out, so to speak, and then just escape. That might get him in trouble later on in the story based on consequence or whatever, but so far it didn't seem like it really mattered. So I escaped. I went on the car, stole a car rather, and Sean drove all the way to Nevada, where he has some suspicion based on some notes in his notebook where Daniel could be. So once that happens, we find out that Daniel is actually being kept captive in a church, or a cult rather, where they use Daniel kind of like a person. He has superpowers and stuff like that, so they use him for that and everything. And there's a lot of heart in this story so far that I didn't expect to happen. There were some things that really pissed me off, the way that they played on and everything like that. But there were some things that I really liked. The story about his mother and everything. That was the biggest reveal in this, when you actually meet his mother and Daniel's mother, and you can find out what happened and everything. And up to this point, I still had kind of like the benefit of the doubt with the mother. I was kind of like, well, we don't know what happened, so we shouldn't like blame the mother and stuff like that. But once we actually talked to the mother and everything like that, well, I was pretty empathetic with her story and everything at the time with Sean. I personally thought that it was pretty shitty. I thought it was kind of like one of those things, kind of like, wow, okay, well, that's not cool. So what happened is that Sean's mother just decided that she wasn't fit to be a mother, so she left. She didn't want to be a wife anymore. She just wanted to be herself and do whatever she wanted, and she left. So pretty shitty as a person, but I guess whenever it really mattered, whenever it really needed to be counted on, she showed up. She saved the day. She and Sean went together to save Daniel, and that's pretty much what happens at the end. And I was really kind of the mix on this. I really like the way that he played out and everything, but I don't know if that was enough to kind of redeem the mother. I think that the team that is working on the Life is Strange games is trying to kind of fit where the mother will kind of have like a redemption arc on what happened and everything like that. I think it leaves you off kind of like a impression of, well, what's going to happen next? Is she going to help them, or is she just going to leave them later on? She doesn't sound like somebody that wants to take care of them, even though she did step out and help them and everything. So I am very curious on to what's going to happen next, because it doesn't look like they're going to go and help her out. I'm sorry, it doesn't look like that she's gonna help them out for the rest of the game. I think it looks more like she helps them out and she takes them somewhere, and that's pretty much the end of the relationship. But we'll find out next season, guys. I really like the game so far, and I'm really enjoying myself. I will say a couple things that kind of lowered the score from a 9 to an 8.5. I encountered several glitches in this game. One of them being that I got trapped through a certain part of the story because I stepped in, and then one of the characters that was following me, he walked into the same spot that I was in, and he just glitched me for a little bit. And it happened a few times. One time when I was live streaming, another time when I was just by myself, just doing my own thing and everything. I kind of upset me quite a bit, because I was kind of like it was in middle of attention part, so it was just kind of like, wow, okay. The other thing is, I think they're going pretty weird as far as like facial expressions. I noticed this is several times where their mouths and their voiceover doesn't really match out. It doesn't like it doesn't never happen on the original Life is Strange, and most of the episodes had a pretty good, but this time around I just thought that I don't know if they like chipped out on it, or they just didn't put the effort into it, but it really felt like this episode overall didn't look as good as the other ones. And it might just be my thoughts on it, but I felt like there was just a little bit of a down. A lot of the events on the episode 3 were a lot of the stuff that I didn't like. That's kind of like, I feel like episode 3 didn't even need to exist, because it was just a waste of a lot of the stuff that the people that you meet, everything you meet is so inconsequential to the story. It only adds more issues to the brothers than anything else. There was nothing to it. There was no much of a heart thing. Nothing that you see on episode 2 or the first episode, where there's a lot of heart and there's a lot of feelings. There's a lot of stuff going on. Not a lot of that felt on episode 3. So that's why it went down from a 9 to 8.5. But that is pretty much it for today, guys. These are of course my thoughts and feelings about it, but if you disagree or agree, please let me know in the comments below. That is pretty much it for today. Please consider liking or subscribing, and I'll see you next time.